How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're at the auto show again, and we're basically going to be doing the first, I guess, manufacturer like walk around. So as soon as you get into the main entrance, if you watched like my first day highlights video that I did, you know that the Ford section as well as the Nissan section is right here, and they're two of honestly my most favorite brands. And right behind me you can see the new Z. Technically it is the new Nissan Z. It's not the 400Z. I don't think they're going to be referring to that as the 400Z, even though myself as well as a bunch of you guys have probably called it the 400Z in the past. But anyways, I'm basically just going to be doing a quick walk around of the Nissan section. It's going to be a short video, but I'm just going to go over the highlights of Nissan itself. But before we get into today's video, definitely be sure to like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, click the bell down below, all that stuff. It really helps me out a lot as a smaller YouTuber. But now I'm actually going to flip the camera around and just show you guys the entirety of the Nissan section. All right, so obviously right here, like I said, we have the new 2023 Nissan Z. I already kind of sat in it and got some clips of it from the first day highlights video, but the thing is honestly even better in person. One thing that I really love about it is the rear with the new kind of modern style taillights, but they're also again like paying homage to the 300ZX. The door handles are also kind of like a carryover from the 350, 370Z, as well as the actual door handles inside the car. I don't know if you can actually see it. The camera's having trouble focusing, so I'm not gonna mess with it too much. But the overall silhouette, as you can see, is the classic like 240, 280 style. And then coming in the front here, you have the really nice gloss wheels from Nissan right from the factory. And then I really also love the headlight design. Again, on camera it probably doesn't look that impressive, but in person it is really cool. And also the grille, that's like the one thing that they changed from the prototype. They kind of made the grille a little bit, I guess, less boxy. It's still pretty boxy grille, but overall I really like the design. So they have that set up obviously, front and center. And then coming in here you have the Ariya. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Correct me down in the comments below. And then you have another Nissan Z. And then coming over here you have more of their SUVs, commuter cars. And specifically right in the front of their SUV section you have the new 2023 Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek. This guy has basically knobbier tires, bigger tires, off-road wheels. It's lifted, has better suspension, and overall there's just some aesthetic differences from this Pathfinder Rock Creek to the other just regular new gen Pathfinders. I also really like this badge down there. It just looks really cool. I know that's kind of a silly thing to highlight, and honestly my parents do have a 2011 Pathfinder, so I really love that generation. This SUV is going to be four-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive, so it's going to be much more capable off-road. And overall I just like the quote-unquote like return to rugged style that Nissan is calling this new Pathfinder. It definitely looks a lot more boxy and a little bit more aggressive and maybe unforgiving than the previous generation. The previous generation was just very rounded off, and I honestly didn't really like it that much. Over here you have the new Sentra as well as the new Altima right here. And then moving on, right over here you have the brand new Nissan Frontier. I really like the design in the front, again with like the more modernized headlights and the Frontier integrated onto that front grille. It looks really awesome. I also do like the little steps here, and just the whole thing is a really cool design. Looking into the interior, you actually do have what looks like to be some carbon pieces in there as well, so that's another pretty cool feature about this new Frontier. And again, you have a couple other SUVs and trucks lined up, but one thing that I really wanted to show you guys and highlight is the Formula E car right over here. So this is basically a Nissan Formula E car. I don't know if it actually competed or was in any sort of race, but it's a really cool to see, right up front. I mentioned this in the first day highlights video that I did, I think on Friday, but overall the car is just very small. You see these cars, and I don't know the exact specs from a Formula E compared to like a Formula 1 car, but you see these cars on TV and you think that they'd be a little bit bigger, but it's just super small, and it's really cool to see. And one thing about this Formula E car that I kind of think is a little bit funny, I feel like they would have a little bit wider tires on them, but apparently not. But again, still, I don't really know much about Formula E. I'm not much of a Formula E fan. I do watch Formula 1, but it's still a really cool thing to see. This is actually the first time I'm seeing a kind of Formula E or Formula 1 car with the halo on it in person. I think I saw one in person like a while back, like a few years ago, but that was before they introduced the halo. And honestly, the halo looks really cool, as well as, you know, it does serve as a functional roll cage to keep the driver safe in there. And then right next to it, probably a little bit less exciting, but you do have the new 2023 Nissan Leaf, which does look also pretty futuristic as well. And then right now I'm kind of just walking along the edge of the Nissan section, and over here you have the new Rogue, and another Rogue here lines up, but that's pretty much it for Nissan. Honestly, for me, probably the biggest surprise is the Pathfinder Rock Creek. I did a video on like the new gen Pathfinders coming out like months ago now, but to be honest with you, I didn't really think much of them. I mean, again, I do like this style. I do like the more boxier style, but the Rock Creek is pretty cool. Like, I mean, it's not ridiculous. Like, it's not like a crazy performance off-road SUV, but it's a much more off-road oriented SUV. And again, in person, the thing looks really awesome. Also, I feel like just coming back and going literally full circle around the Nissan section and ending it on the Z, I can't get over this thing. I mean, if you've been subscribed to my channel, like, you know that I've done so many different videos on the Nissan Z or Nissan 400Z when it was released as a prototype, when it was coming out, when it actually officially got released with Cody Walker and, you know, all that stuff. But I feel like Nissan like completely blew it out of the park with this new Z. I think that, you know, that 400 horsepower coming out of the twin turbo V6 right out of the factory is just like, I think it's so much better than the Mark V Super, to be honest with you. And yes, I am a Nissan fan, so I'm a little bit biased, but I did do a review on the Mark V Super. I think they're pretty great as well, even though they're pretty much a BMW, but I think that they're really cool as well. But I think that Nissan, out of the new Z and the Mark V Super, definitely takes the win there. But anyways, that's pretty much just gonna be it for today's video. Again, pretty short video. I'm gonna hopefully be doing other manufacturers as well. You got the Ford section right there, as well as the Chevy section. Definitely want to take a closer look at that Z06. I know, again, I highlighted it in my first day highlight video, but I kind of want to take a closer look for you guys and go a little bit more in depth. But if you haven't already, definitely be sure to like, subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Again, definitely be sure to turn on post notifications so you get notified every single time I upload a new video. Also, if you want to see just videos focusing on the New York Auto Show, I have a playlist going. I'll link that on top of the video right now. This video is going to be in that playlist as well, so definitely go check that out. But like always, thank you guys so much for all the support, and I'll see you in the next one.